I'm Mark Roach, and this is FutureWise Energy, an independent upstream energy platform supported by individuals, where I share my views developed across cultures, actually across the U.S. and around 5 continents. And from a short experience at Mobil's research lab as a young engineer, and then steering technology for large staffs and project management, operating oil and gas fields, executing large, like 275 M&A projects, $10 billion worth of deals, as well as leadership and plenty of good experience in startups and acquisitions. So I draw from an exceptionally wide range of personal experiences from over 30 years in the upstream oil and gas industry. Now, today I wanted to mention some things about Nigeria. It's gotten into the news recently. And so Nigeria today, it offers an intriguing counterpoint to some of my own comments recently about oversupply narratives. This West African nation has achieved a remarkable production resurgence this year, reaching 1.7 to 1.83 million barrels per day as of this November, levels not seen since before the pandemic. Now, this represents significant recovery from about 1.5 million barrels per day that plagued the country through much of 2023 and into 2024. The turnaround stems from a comprehensive reform under President Bola Tinubu. The Petroleum Industry Act finally provides a clear, predictable regulatory framework that addresses long-standing concerns about fiscal uncertainty, contract enforcement, and revenue allocation that had deterred international investment for several years. Tinubu's Project 1 Million Barrels initiative, which was launched in October of 2024, aimed to add 1 million barrels daily through improved security, regulatory efficiency, and targeted drilling incentives. Active drilling rigs in Nigeria surged from just 31 in January to 50 by July, nearly a 60% increase reflecting renewed confidence. NNPC's executive vice president announced that they aim to reach 2 million barrels daily by 2027 and 3 million by 2030. These targets appear achievable if security improvements continue and technology deployment accelerates. Shell's final investment decision for the HI gas project offshore Nigeria in the Bonga North deepwater development demonstrate that international majors are regaining confidence in Nigeria's investment climate. And the Dangote refinery near Lagos, Africa's largest 650,000 barrels daily capacity, began commercial operations this year and has already transformed Nigeria's downstream sector. Owner Aliko Dangote announced plans to more than double capacity to 1.4 million barrels daily, which would position Nigeria as a net exporter of refined products for the first time in decades. A November parliamentary investigation revealed Nigeria has lost an estimated $300 billion to oil theft over decades. The Senate committee recommended special courts to prosecute oil thieves and deploying state funds to enhance pipeline security. This theft has been one of the most persistent challenges facing Nigerian production, and addressing it directly through judicial reform and security investment is critical to sustaining the current production gains. Now, back in the U.S., energy affordability presents a mixed and increasingly contentious picture. Gasoline has become more accessible, with the national average around $3.10 per gallon. Patrick D. Hahn at Gas Buddy noted that Affordability of gasoline is at its lowest non-COVID level since 2015 when adjusted for household income. But electricity costs are rising at double the rate of overall inflation, reaching 17.62 cents per kilowatt hour as of August. That's up 6.1% year over year compared to headline inflation of 2.7%. From January to May alone, average utility rates surged 1.52 cents per kilowatt hour, a 9.5% increase in just 5 months. For a typical household consuming 900 kilowatt hours monthly, this translates to approximately $14 more per month, or $168 annually for the same electricity usage. The driver behind the electricity inflation is clear. Artificial intelligence data centers proliferating across the U.S. A Bloomberg analysis revealed that wholesale electricity costs as much as 267% more in areas near significant data centers where activities compared to it was 5 years ago. With these wholesale price increases passed directly through to residential and commercial consumers, data centers are projected to consume more than 4% of global electricity by 2035. In the U.S. alone, their power demand is expected to double by 2035 to nearly 9% of total domestic consumption, potentially the biggest surge in energy demand since air conditioning became widespread in the 1960s. The geographic concentration creates pronounced regional impacts. In Virginia's data center alley, power demand growth attributed to data centers is forecast to increase peak demand by more than 75% by 2039. Baltimore residents saw monthly bills jump more than $17 after PJM interconnection capacity auction reached record highs, with another $4 increase expected at mid-2026. This creates a profound paradox for the upstream sector. The same artificial intelligence technologies transforming our operations and driving unprecedented efficiency gains are simultaneously creating electricity demand that reshapes energy markets. Each AI query requires significant more computational power than traditional internet searches. ChatGPT queries consume roughly 10 times more electricity than a Google search. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing upstream operations across the entire value chain. ExxonMobil has become the first company to deploy AI-based closed-loop drilling automation in deepwater operations, particularly in offshore Guyana. The proprietary system uses machine learning to determine optimal drilling parameters in real time and can control drilling process without human intervention. And then in the Permian Basin, ExxonMobil is using AI and machine learning to optimize operations, achieving productivity improvements exceeding 80% since 2019. BP, British Petroleum, has scaled AI deployment across its global operations through a decade-long partnership with Palantir Technologies. The company has built sophisticated digital twin of BP's worldwide infrastructure, bringing together data from over 2 million sensors to provide real-time visibility into physical assets. BP can now detect production well kicks with 98% accuracy and plant new wells 90% faster in hotspots like Azerbaijan. Chevron employs AI-empowered drones through partnership with Percepto to monitor its vast shale operations in Texas and Colorado. These autonomous drones automatically detect methane leaks, equipment malfunctions, and maintenance needs in real time, dramatically reducing the need for manual inspections. Shell successfully deployed a single AI solution to decrease boil-off gas and associated flaring, enabling the company to reduce process emissions of one LNG asset by 130 kilotons per year, equivalent to taking, get this, 28,000 vehicles off the road. National oil companies possess a unique advantage in the AI era. They sit atop immense, often underutilized data reservoirs, decades of something, a century of geological, operational, and financial information that forms a foundation few other entities can match. Unlike private firms focused on quarterly results, NOCs, national oil companies, can take long-term perspectives on AI implementation and data integration. Saudi Aramco has developed proprietary AI systems for predictive maintenance, analyzing millions of sensors, their readings to anticipate equipment failure before it occurs. ADNOC's Panorama Digital Command Center aggregates real-time data from across the company's operations, allowing executives to visualize energy flows, cost, and emissions at a glance. These systems rely not on speculative intelligence, but on disciplined data collection, governance, and model training, areas where NOCs, national oil companies, by virtue of their scope and closed system and their national mandate, have a natural edge. Beyond the immediate market dynamics, technological breakthroughs continue reshaping the long-term energy landscape. Scientists from the University of Delaware and Tazoo University shattered the efficiency ceiling for a silicon solar cell, achieving conversion rates above 50%, potentially doubling output from the same surface area. Perovskite silicon tandem solar cells represent the most exciting innovation, with China's Jinko Solar announcing 33.84% efficiency in January and LONGI maintaining the record of 34.6% efficiency. In a potentially transformative development for nuclear energies, Chinese scientists at the Shanghai Institute of Applied Physics successfully converted thorium into uranium at an operational molten salt reactor in October, achieving a world-first breakthrough. Thorium is about 3 times more abundant in nature compared to uranium and has no fossil isotopes, meaning it cannot be enriched and used for nuclear weapons. China's thorium reserves could power homes for thousands of years, and the molten salt reactor design features inherent safety advantages: water-free cooling, low-pressure operation, high-temperature output, and significantly reduced nuclear waste compared to conventional uranium reactors. The Shanghai Institute aims to complete construction and demonstration operation of a 100-megawatt thermal prototype by 2035 and achieve commercial scale application thereafter. If successful, this could fundamentally alter the economics and safety profile of nuclear power, potentially enabling widespread deployment of water-scarce regions and countries seeking civilian nuclear power without weapons proliferation risks. The upstream oil and gas sector stands at another, we're saying this every other week, it seems like, critical inflection point this November. Nigeria's production renaissance demonstrates that sound policy reforms can unlock investment and reverse decline even in challenging operating environments. For U.S. citizens, the electricity affordability crisis reveals how AI infrastructure's voracious power appetite is reshaping markets and creating political tensions as utilities, regulators, and consumers grapple with equitable cost allocation. Artificial intelligence is simultaneously the industry's greatest opportunity and challenge. Upstream operators are leveraging AI for autonomous drilling, predictive maintenance, and production optimization, achieving productivity gains exceeding 80% in some cases. Yet AI's infrastructure power demands are creating unprecedented energy requirements that will define the next phase of the energy transition. Technological breakthroughs in solar efficiency, hydrogen production, energy storage, and even thorium nuclear reactors offer glimpses of a fundamentally transformed energy landscape by 2035 through the path of from laboratory to commercial scale, or, though the path into the commercial spectrum remains long and uncertain. The upstream oil and gas industry in November 2025 finds itself navigating a technological revolution driven by artificial intelligence, geopolitics. It's both optimizing operations and creating unprecedented energy demand. Operators who successfully embrace digital transformation and maintain financial resilience will probably emerge as the strongest, if they're aligned geopolitically correctly, as the energy transition unfolds over the next decade. I'm Mark Roach, and this is Future Wise Energy. Keep your wits about you, your eyes wide open, and be ready to improvise.